Awesome, thanks very much. I'm super conscious that we just want to all go and have some beer, so I'll just keep this as brief as possible. So I'm Rob, I'm Chief Toaster at Toast Ale. We're on a mission to prove that the alternative to food waste is freaking delicious and indeed pint-sized. So we brew our now, so one update, award-winning, a little bit smug, our award-winning craft beer using fresh surplus bread that would otherwise go to waste. And there's a slice of bread in every bottle, and we pour all of our profits into a charity called Feedback to fight food waste. And we think we're the best thing since you know what. So very briefly, food waste is one of the biggest issues of our time. Over 1 billion tons of food goes to waste every single year. 1/3 of the food that we produce on this planet goes to waste. Even the Daily Mail are talking about food waste. Things are getting pretty serious. And so the biggest food waste of them all is bread. 44% of the bread that's baked in this country goes to waste. It's nuts. And so what we realized was that the first ever beer recipe that's ever been discovered 4,000 years ago was brewed with, you know what, bread. For thousands of years, that's how beer was made. And what we're trying to do is bring that back into the mainstream. So what we do when we're brewing our beer is we replace 1/3 of the malted barley that you would normally brew with perfectly good bread that would otherwise be destined for the bin. So that's us. So basically we started and built the business on 4 core principles. First and foremost, make it freaking delicious. We don't want to sell our product on this nice, cuddly, potentially gimmicky kind of story. Let's just make absolutely outstanding craft beer. And so we're lucky to have thumbs up from people like Jamie Oliver when it comes to taste. And he gave it like the golden Jamie touch, which is epic. If you watch Friday Night Feast with Jamie and Jimmy, then you can look out for toast in the fridge. On a Friday night, we do Spot the Toast. They stock it. So second thing is trying to eliminate bread waste through our beer, but also the beer industry. And so with our beer, we're growing as steadily as we can, but we've also open sourced our recipe and our concept. So our recipe's now been downloaded 20,000 times, and we're trying to just mainstream it to the world. We're collaborating with breweries all around the world. This week I was in Sweden. We've just launched our first collaboration brew over in Sweden, and we're trying to get bread beer out into the main. Third thing we're doing is trying to communicate the world about food waste. So the fact that 1/3 goes to waste, all these facts and stats that I'm talking about, we put those on our bottle and we're trying to communicate it to the masses, but in a fun way. We don't want to be preachy and holier than thou and pointing fingers. Like, beer is quite a fun way to communicate a really important issue. And then the final thing, like I said, is we donate 100% of our profits into a charity called Feedback. And Feedback's absolutely awesome. They're campaigning to end food waste at a much more systemic, sophisticated level than we are with beer. So Feedback are trying to change government policy, trying to change laws, retail behavior, consumer behavior, and they're achieving amazing things and mainstreaming this concept, thankfully. So this is our mission statement. We believe that if you do want to change the world, you've basically got to throw a better party than the people fucking it up. And so we think craft beer is one awesome way to get a good party started. So why not, have a party with a beer that's actually doing good? It's the most guilt-free beer you'll ever enjoy. Not that many of us feel that guilty when we're enjoying a beer. So very briefly, so we've got some big stockists on board now in terms of an update. So we're now stocked nationally in Waitrose and Tesco's and other sort of outlets. We're in many bars and restaurants across the country and lots of awesome independents as well. But for us as a craft beer company, we're not so precious about being only stocked in independents. For us, trying to solve a massive systemic issue, it's really exciting for us to also be embracing companies like Tesco's and Waitrose and other national stockists, which is maybe where there's a point of contention sometimes within our industry. But for us, it's all about scale. We have a lager, an IPA, a pale ale. We're about to release an APA at the end of the month. We're launching that at Craft Beer Rising. If anyone's interested in coming along to that, that'll be on our 2nd birthday. We've also launched in New York, so we're brewing and distributing over in the US now. We've launched in Rio, got an absolutely cracking lager in Rio, launched in Cape Town, and we're growing, probably be in about 10 countries by the end of this year as well. Sweden's kind of, so in Iceland as well, but Sweden's a kind of collaboration brew. We can't quite claim Sweden as our own, but these other countries we're brewing toast original. And yeah, so yeah, our very cheesy way to end a talk is raise a toast. But you can come and join us next door where we've got loads of delicious toast. Raise a toast, ending food waste, one beer at a time. And if you do want to buy any beer from us, my shameless plug, toastale.com, put I know Rob onto a discount code. We're now all friends, and you can get 10% off. So that's a Brucey bonus. Cheers.